Hello YouTube, I am HrD. You know, a couple days ago on Sunday actually, I saw an awesome movie, an incredible movie. The movie I'm talking about was made in 1964, okay? Most of you will probably know this. The movie is called Doctor Strangelove. Yeah. A lot of people have seen this movie. Some information about it, like about the director. The director is, of course, Stanley Kubrick, the awesome man, the man that made A Clockwork Orange, 2001: A Space Odyssey. The man, the director. This movie, Doctor Strangelove, is the movie that got him very famous. But you know, I've heard of it for quite some time, but I never actually seen it. And actually, a couple days ago, I actually saw it, and by God, it is the smartest, funniest, and darkest movie I've ever seen in my life. I laughed so hard, and this is 1964. Okay, this is close to 50 years ago. That is incredible. Let me tell you, if the small percentage, the 1% that haven't seen it yet of the world, I'll tell you everything about it. I'll tell you the whole spoiler, because even though if I tell you everything and you guys go watch it afterwards, it's still gonna be fucking funny. So, it doesn't matter. So the whole movie, the whole story is about the U.S. Army, basically. And is situated, the main story is in an army base. And the first show of the general of this army, he makes what do you call, he makes an order where to bring 35 airplanes, U.S. airplanes, all of them holding about 20 megatons of the H-bomb. He orders them all to go to Russia and bomb Russia to pieces, because 35 planes holding 20 megatons of hydrogen bomb, that could destroy a city, that could destroy a country. So he orders that, and through the whole time you don't know what's going on, you don't know anything about this, right? And they don't explain it, not at the time. And then they showed to the Pentagon, where the president and all the U.S. leaders are they're talking, they're screaming, they're wondering what the fuck is going on. Why would a general have the power to make that kind of order, and why did they make that kind of order? And the head of state of the army, he's in the Pentagon. He's saying that they passed the bill. The presidency passed the bill. What is if a general believes, if a country like Russia attacks the U.S., and the U.S. has the right to retaliate. And okay, so that's the bill, and the president asks, so Russia didn't attack, so what's going on? I was wondering. So through the whole time, they don't know what's going on, and they're trying to get in contact of this general, and they go back to the general, and
we find out that actually the general is a complete nut job. He's lost his mind. And finally he explains to his executive officer, his second in command.
He explains to him why he made that order. And it's the most silliest, fucked up reason why. He made an order to kill millions of Russians because he believes Russia tapped into their tap water and poisoned it. And he's saying the Russians been doing this for the past 20 years, since 1946 or something. And I was there just like laughing my ass off, I was from everything. The general, like, how can the U.S. hire that kind of insane guy, nut job, And of course, they show a scene where the president is asking the chief officer, like, you said that the test would secure that anybody wouldn't pass the test, that they're not crazy. You said it would be secure, and of course it wasn't secure. It's just fucking insane. Oh my god, just thinking about it is fucking hilarious. Okay, so carrying it on. Okay, well, by now you know the general is crazy. Okay, is crazy, and he's gone. For every minute goes by, and he goes crazier and crazier, and he starts, bringing out a big motherfucking like machine gun. In 1964, machine guns were small; they were huge, and like he brings like a fucking chain full of bullets, like like a mile long, and he starts shooting at the people, at the U.S. Because by this time, the U.S. Army, they want to get a hold of him. They need the code to bypass this order, and the general, he's the only guy that knows the code. So they want him. So they're attacking the base. So the general is like firing at the U.S. people. He's killing his own people, and excuse me. The general made this rule. He ordered his men, to not allow anybody from outside the base to come and infiltrate, because he's saying that it'll be the Russians in disguise. So what is going on is that the U.S. citizens, the U.S. Troops, are shooting at the army troops, and the army troops are shooting at the U.S. troops, and they're killing each other, not knowing why. And towards the end, the U.S., the people outside, they win. They win that battle, and they're closing into the base. They're closing into the general, and the general, he realizes that he has lost this game, and he's given up. So he's locked in by himself and his executive officer, just the two of them, and he says like it's done, it's over, So he basically, walks into the washroom, closes the door, and you hear a bang. He killed himself. There you go. And of course, without giving the code, so that's even more fucked up. But on a good side note, the executive officer, he clues in what the code is. Because during the time he was talking with the general, he dropped some hints, and then, like he could see, he made like a little doodle in the paper, and he figured out what the code was. The code was our pure essence, OPE, our pure essence, which is water, right? So that's the code. So he finds out the code, and he tries like. There's a funny scene where, there's one of the army guys. He's holding him hostage, and he's yelling at like the CEO, whatever. He yells at him and tells him like man, freaking, I know the code. I have to get to talk to the president. So he goes to a payphone, and he calls the operator, and it costs like 75 cents, and he only has like 50 cents. So like he asked the troop, "Do you have any change?" And he says, "No, I'm a troop. I don't have any change." So he is forced to go to the Coca-Cola machine and blow off the change machine. And this one of the funniest lines the troop says. To the executive officer, he says, if you're wrong about this and you really are Russian, you do know who you have to answer to. And the executive officer says, who, you? And the troop says, no, the Coca-Cola company. Which I thought was pretty funny. It was